Hey, it's Clay, and welcome to the Follow Through, where we talk business, your business. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're live on Facebook, and you can also catch every episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. All right, let's get right into it. Enjoy the show. Today, I love this topic. I love talking about, the differences between these different softwares and how they can help you. And it's kind of funny because this morning one of my friends was talking about clarity, and I hope to help provide some clarity to you and help you with this monster of actual options you have to bring in different softwares to help you with your company, because there's so many options out there and it's just crazy. And you gotta try and pick the right ones. It can be super, super difficult at times. So again, if you're just joining, let me know you're here. Throw a little quick hi there in the comments. How was your weekend? We had a busy one. Super busy. I feel like Friday night came and Monday morning was here. Scrambling to get some stuff done over the weekend. It was tough with the snow and all the hockey, and we had a bunch of events to go to with the holidays and stuff. Dinners and breakfasts, and it was a good overall weekend. Busy weekend though. And then my plow broke. So I have a really long driveway, so I had to call a friend in to come and get the snow off because I couldn't get it plowed. There's no way I was shoveling the whole thing. So, all right, well, I'm going to get going here. So it's kind of funny because this morning, one of my friends, Bob Turner, he does a quick live in the mornings at 8 o'clock. If you don't know Bob, follow Bob. He does a great job in the mornings. Just a great listen in the morning. Really good way to get your day started. But today he was talking about clarity and overwhelm. And today, this time of year is a really big time of year for a lot of service companies to try and figure out how they can make their lives easier going into next spring. And a lot of times that happens to be bringing in some softwares and bringing in some other tools within their company to help them be organized and, of course, provide clarity in their companies as well. So there's so much overwhelm in the software space, and I'm hoping that I can help provide some clarity to you in this particular section, which is that the area where so many, and I'm going to start using acronyms, but I will explain them, FSMs are sold as actual CRMs. An FSM being more of a field service management software, and they're sold as CRMs. They're marketed as CRMs. They say they're CRMs. And while they are kind of, there's so much more to CRMs than just an FSM. And hold on one second. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. So it really creates a lot of confusion. And I see a lot of, on Facebook especially, and even when I'm talking with service contractors in reference to kicking off a CRM, they're like, I already have a CRM. Or people in Facebook groups are asking, what CRM are you using? And I see a lot of answers, a lot of great answers, but they're all really, truly field service management softwares. And for the sake of that, because CRM is customer relationship management tool, right? So that's really like a broad spectrum of what can happen. So what you really, a CRM and a true CRM is really a lead management and customer experience system or platform that helps you from a communication standpoint. It helps you communicate with clients, helps you become a better communicator. So it's not just job management software. So you're buying, many people have bought or have or are using or thinking about bringing on a field service management software. but they expect it to do other things, or they think it's going to do other things because in some of them it says you can. And while you can to a certain extent, you can't fully utilize an FSM to be our CRM, to be a communication hub. So I'm not going to talk today about which one is better because really they work together. So it's about understanding what job that specific software is actually built and has been created to do. So a little bit of an example, and I'm going to go back to being a pond contractor, but you could put this into any really service industry. But we have certain tools that we use out in the field, and I think that this is the best one to kind of maybe show you the difference and why there are you should be utilizing different softwares within your company. So you have a shovel and you have a pickaxe. They both do the same thing, right? They both will dig. They'll allow you to dig in dirt. They allow you to dig a hole, but a shovel is really going to help you scoop it out. And if you have soft, sandy soil, you can dig that hole with that shovel. But once you introduce rocks or clay or hard soil, you need to you can still dig with a shovel, but a pick is going to make it much easier and much faster. So it's not about the tool being able to do the job because it can. It's about saving time and getting the results you want faster, right? So that is really, so an FSM is going to give you certain results and allow you to do certain things, while it will allow you to manage your client list. It's going to take a lot more time. It's going to take a lot more effort to manage that list. Where if you bring in a tool for that, such as a lead management tool, it's going to allow you to do it quicker. It's going to allow you to get results faster, and it's going to allow you to see things that you can't see in a field service management software. So when I talk about this, most field service contractors are utilizing really 3 different softwares. One would be, and everybody should have some kind of accounting software. And your accounting software is going to give you your P&Ls, and it's going to allow you to manage your checkbook. You pay bills out of that. So everybody should be having an accounting software. And while you can use that to a certain you can utilize that to be a lead management and a field service, it's clunky. It can do it, but it's going to take so much time to organize and to figure out where you're at. And lead management is going to give you other tools to get to where you're going to go faster. And field service management is also going to give you tools to manage your crew. So what are the actual differences between a field service management software and a lead management or customer experience software? So this is how I tried to break it down. Your CRM is a communication hub. It's a communication hub when people come in, and then it's a communication hub after a job is done. So your CRM is more your admin people are going to be using it, your sales people are going to be using it, and you can use it as a communication hub. Your CRM is also going to communicate before a job and then after a job. So let's kind of go through the timeline. So someone comes in, they're a lead, they're in your CRM. Once they are at that point to where they're going to become a paying customer, they would then get dumped into your field service management software where you manage your invoicing, you manage your dispatching, you manage your scheduling, and you can also do and your field techs use it. So your CRM is more admin salespeople. Then you have your field service techs using the FSM. And then once the job is complete, you can dump them back into your CRM. And that's where continuous communication goes after the job is complete. So it's really a timing perspective, a timing thing. So your CRM starts the flow when someone comes in, they go to your field service management software, and then they come back to your CRM for even more communication after that job is done, to communicate with them afterwards. So CRM is really protecting your sales momentum, while an FSM is executing on the actual job that needs to be created. It's doing fulfillment whereas your CRM is building that sales momentum, fulfillment, and then after the job is done, momentum to keep that communication going. The next is intent. So, and I touched on this before, your field service management software intent is really execution of the job, scheduling of the job, organizing your crews, and then even quotes and invoicing. So those are coming out of your FSM, which is your field service management software. And then your CRM is really decision making. It allows you to make decisions like we've talked about with your marketing. You can also mainly with your marketing and your sales process and all that stuff we talked about last week. Your follow-ups, your reminders, your nudges, and then after job touches to see, how's everything going. 1 year after you've worked on a job, you can make sure you're communicating with them, because it's going to give you that information in an easy way to manage versus having to find it in an FSM, because an FSM is not going to organize it the same way as a CRM does. And then the third difference is data purpose. So your FSM is really going to show you your construction process, your service process. How does that process look? And it's going to provide you data for that. So, for example, your crew goes out, performs a service, they punch in, you get the hours, the amount of time it took them, it comes back, and now you have the data to figure out, did they get the job done in time? What may have happened during that job? Do you need to raise prices because maybe that kind of work is taking you longer? It's going to provide you data to tighten up your and I'm missing my word here. It's going to tighten up your processes from a execution standpoint when you execute that job. Whereas the CRM data, again, is going to bring in and provide you data as to where you need to change your marketing. It's going to provide you data where you need to change your sales process. All that stuff, again, that we talked about last week, where your leads are coming from, where are they stalling, where do they convert best, where are you leaking those leads? And again, back to the FSM, where are you losing time on a job? Where are you losing money when you deploy your crews? Is it during drive time? Is your drive time really long? Are they forgetting things maybe? Or maybe they don't have the right tools on the truck. Maybe you need to get other tools for them to get that job done faster. That's what an FSM is going to tell you. A CRM is going to tell you more of the back-end sales process and then your after communication process. So, and again, it comes down to also another huge difference is your FSM is going to help you automate certain communications, whereas your CRM is going to help you automate different communications. Because with an FSM, you can communicate from an operational standpoint. You're communicating to your clients as and when you're going to be there. When the job is done, what happened on the job, and it's all documented in your FSM. Maybe you have job forms in your FSM that you send to your clients so they're communicated with about the job and what happened and what could happen next. And that's between your field techs and the consumer. Whereas your CRM is now more automation between your leads during your lead sales process, and then it's after the job. You're communicating with them after the job to make sure everything went okay, make sure everything's doing all right. Creating that experience that most contractors don't provide. That after the job is complete is one thing that you rarely see, where people are just randomly reaching out to make sure everything went okay with the job. And that's coming from your salespeople, your admins, maybe the owner. You can make it come from the owner. And in an FSM, and I keep bouncing back and forth, but in an FSM, some of them you can, in a way, automate some quote follow-ups. So that's a huge thing to do too. So your FSM is going to help you streamline and tighten up your construction or your service process, your labor, whereas your CRM is going to help you tighten up your sales process and the opportunities that you have to sell your service. So at the end of the day, if you think about it as your CRM being in the front door, and then an FSM being the meat of the house, where your service is being done, where you're providing the service that you said, and all of that's being documented. And then once you go out the back door, you need to then reach back out to those clients and turn around and say, hey, how did everything go? They work together. They all work together. And you can't do FSM stuff in a CRM, and you can't do CRM stuff in an FSM. You can't, and I say that because you can't do it you can't be fully effective they can't both be fully effective at every single task, right? So getting the right tool to provide the outcome you want, you need to use both. Because if you don't use both, if you're just using a CRM, you're going to lose scheduling, you're going to lose job costing. Some CRMs can provide invoicing. So there is some overlap, but to get the main thing out of each one of them, you need both, and they need to talk to each other. So the biggest thing I see is people are utilizing an FSM as a CRM, which you can do, but it takes so much work. It takes so much of your brain power, and it doesn't need to. You can save so much time by implementing a true CRM and having a picture of all of your leads. Whereas if you tried to use a CRM, or even if you've tried, because when you first start out, you do definitely try using an accounting software such as QuickBooks as your FSM. And once you start to get to a certain level, it gets super clunky. You forget things, you forget to do stuff, and you need to find something else to help you. And that is what happens. Usually it's the accounting software, then people go to the FSM, and then they go up to a CRM because the communication channels just get way too much. It's too much to handle, and you need help. And that is what all of these softwares use. So once you start bringing these three different softwares, your accounting, your FSM, and your CRM, and you use them together, and they communicate to each other, it really, really, truly makes your life so much easier. So just to provide a little bit of clarity, again, your accounting software is for accounting. Your FSM is for fulfillment. And your CRM is for communication, your sales process, and after the job is done and complete, and reactivation. So you're reactivating in your CRM. So they all work together, and it's like a loop. You go from your CRM to your FSM, then to your accounting software, then back to your CRM, and it's like a consistent loop to where people are going. And it's a process, and it's a process you need to create in your company. So I hope this was provided some clarity. I kind of went off my notes a little bit. So if I was squirreling a little bit, or if I didn't make sense, please reach out to me and I will clear it up. But you want really all three of them. A lot of successful companies, really, really successful companies, are utilizing all three. They talk to each other and they work in conjunction with each other seamlessly so that all of that communication is happening with your clients, and they know what's happening next, which is the best thing you can do, because clients just want to know what is next. So on Wednesday, I'm going to talk about a little bit about why choosing a CRM tool might feel so hard, and how we can help, and how you can decide without feeling like you're choosing the wrong one. All right. Have a great day. Hope this helped. If you think it helped and you think it helped someone else, please hit a share. And I really appreciate you all for joining me, and have a great Monday. Bye. Before you go, if you want to learn more about what we're all about, head on over to KairuCX.com. You can reach out to us there, or just dig in and learn more about how we can help businesses, and help businesses like yours at Kairu CX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Follow Through.